Now let's go for the fourth experiment. Here we need to create a modal window using absolute positioning in CSS and use JavaScript for opening and closing the modal. Now let us understand what is modal. The modal window is a dialog box or pop-up that is displayed on top of current page. Now let's write our boiler code, for which includes HTML tags, head tag and body tag. Now let's make a div called as container inside of body, which has the height of 100 VH, that is 100 viewport height and width of 100 viewport width. So to do this we use div tag and give it a class named container. Now we will give style to this container in order to change its height and width. See, there is a class called as container. I am using style for that. We are giving height 100 VH, height as 100 and width as 100. Now this container takes the entire screen space. We can check this by adding background color to it. Let us see it. So let us check it, the background color. Now let's open the index.html file and see. You see, we can check the background color, which has come as red. You see, we have set it as background color as 100. I mean to say the height and width as 100 and color is red. Now let's make another div with class named as modal. Make this modal square by giving it same height and width. Also give it a background color of gold or choice of yours, so that we can see it better. So this is another div where we are creating a class modal and we are giving background color to it, the same height and width as, or else you can give height and width as your choice. So let us try with 300 or 250 pixels. Width let us take 300. Background color let us take here gold and see it. I think now you got the modal at the top left hand side. That is the modal which is placed in the container, which is background red. Now let's create a button to display and hide the modal. Open button will be on the container div and close button will be on the modal view. So let's see it. We are creating a button. As I've told you, it is open. And let us give the heading for that modal, which is modal here as h1. Now let's create another CSS class called as hide, which contains display none. We can add this class to any div to make it disappear. So let's check this by adding this class to our modal. So we are using this one, hide, which is in CSS, and you can see it there. as you can see. So now you can see when we add hide, it disappears. Let us see. Yeah, it again, you see, did you see it? It disappeared. So now we have to do this operation programmatically using JavaScript.
Start.
So now let us first select the 3 tags that we need in JavaScript using document.querySelector. So document.querySelector selects those tags and we can perform various operations on those tags. But for example, adding and removing class. So these are the JavaScript tags. As I told you, we need to use it using document.querySelector. So one is open, the another one is close, now let's add this class to a button. Now what we need to perform some operations when clicking on the buttons. So to capture the event when we click on the button, we use add event listener. So add event listener, it takes 2 arguments, first being the type of the event and second being the function that is called when that event is captured. So we have chosen the type of event to be click and have also passed a function to it. This means that whenever I click on open button, this function gets executed. So now let's check this on our browser. Now you can see that function is getting executed whenever I click on open button. Is it visible there? You see? So now in the function, what I want to do is remove the hide class from the modal div. So we can do this as follows. Let us see the steps. So I am removing that hide. Let us add hide to the modal now. This hide will be removed when I press open. You can just see it. Similarly, as we did above, let's add event listener on close button that adds hide class to the modal div when clicked. So we are adding an listener, event listener on close button, which is going to hide class to the modal div when it is clicked. Now let's change position of this modal using absolute positioning. For this, give position relative to the container class in CSS and position absolute to the modal class in CSS. So we are changing the position. By this we are saying that we want the position of the modal to be relative to the container. Now let's move this modal using top and left keys. See, you can see it, the output. Now you can see that the modal is 30% to the top and 30% to the left relative to container div. So this code was about our fourth experiment.